launching into lunatic leftovers. Hey Hayek, welcome to Goofy's Galactic Grill. Goofy's cheerful voice echoed through the cockpit of the SS Saucy Sizzle. He floated in the middle of a state-of-the-art space kitchen, his chef's hat secured with a rubber band under his chin. The scene around him was beautifully chaotic. A purple, tentacled vegetable was slowly drifting past his head. Globs of shimmering, green oil hung in the air like tiny planets. This was the set of the Galactic Gauntlet, the universe's most extreme cooking competition. The host, a sleek robot named GLaDOS, Gourmet Logic and Dietary Operating System, flashed its lights. Contestant Goofy, your challenge is to create the legendary Nebula Noodle Soup. You must use authentic ingredients, solar flare broth, gravity-defying noodles, and a seasoning of crushed meteor dust. You have 1 galactic hour. Begin. The clock started, and so did the pandemonium. First fails and floating food. Goofy's first task was to heat the solar flare broth. He pushed off gently from the ceiling and glided toward the stove. But he misjudged his speed and bumped into the counter, sending a cloud of meteor dust puffing into the air around him. He sneezed a mighty HYUCKSHOO, which sent him spinning backwards, head over heels. Whoa, Nelly, a little help here, he called his robotic assistant, a small, beeping droid named B-1B. The droid zipped over and fired a small thruster to stop Goofy's spin. Next came the gravity-defying noodles. As soon as Goofy opened the packet, the noodles didn't just fall, they uncoiled like springs and began floating around the room in long, wiggly strands. Gorsh, they're alive, Goofy yelped, trying to catch them. He grabbed one end, but the noodle wrapped around his leg. Another one looped around a cabinet handle. Soon, Goofy was tangled in a web of his own main ingredient, looking like a fly caught in a spaghetti trap. To make the broth, he needed to pour the liquid into a pot. But in zero gravity, the broth just formed a giant, wobbly, shimmering bubble in front of him. When he tried to push it toward the pot with a ladle, it simply split into a dozen smaller, floating broth bubbles. Well, I'll be a bubble bath, he exclaimed as one of the smaller bubbles drifted into his mouth. Tasty. A Goofy galactic solution, just as things looked their most hopeless, with noodles everywhere and broth bubbles filling the cabin. Goofy had a brilliant, Goofy-like idea. He wasn't going to fight the zero gravity. He was going to use it. He grabbed the biggest mixing bowl he could find. Come here, you little flavor bubbles, he called, gently hurting the broth bubbles with a spatula, guiding them all into the bowl where they merged into one big sphere of soup. For the noodles, he had B-1B hold one end of a noodle while he held the other. They stretched it tight, and with a quick snip from kitchen shears, he'd cut a perfect noodle length, letting it drop directly into the soup sphere. He was no longer a clumsy chef. He was a cosmic cowboy, lassoing flavors and wrangling ingredients in a weightless rodeo. A soupy, successful finale with seconds to spare, Goofy gave the giant, floating soup sphere a final sprinkle of meteor dust. It shimmered with the colors of the aurora borealis, with the noodles suspended inside like beautiful, wiggly stars.